Stop right there. Because what happened in the final seconds of the Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream game is one of the most talked about moments of the entire 2026 WNBA season. Score tied, regulation ending, Atlanta Dream with the ball. Angel Reese screams at a teammate to clear out, demands the space. The teammate moves. The ball finds Reese. Wide open. Nobody within 3 feet of her. Uncontested look at the rim. She misses. The rebound comes back live. 2 teammates scramble for the follow-up. Neither connects. Regulation ends tied. And right there, in that exact moment, cameras caught Caitlin Clark walking calmly past Reese toward the Fever bench, with a clear, unmistakable smile on her face. The clip went everywhere within minutes. But here is the part of this story that matters more than Clark's smile. Watch the Atlanta bench closely in those same seconds. The quiet glances between teammates, the body language that nobody said out loud, and then watch the post-game press conference. Watch what Reese's teammates said, and more importantly, watch what they carefully did not say. Tonight, the full story of what that missed layup actually revealed, and why it may matter far more inside that Atlanta locker room than any box score will ever show. Let's start with context, because Reese's stat line looks strong on the surface. 15 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, her 23rd double-double of the season. That is the number every broadcast led with. But dig one layer deeper, and the picture changes completely. She shot 5 for 16 from the field, missed her first 6 shot attempts before halftime, was held scoreless during the entire fourth quarter, the exact period when a team needs its front court scorer most. She even admitted it herself at halftime, telling ESPN's sideline reporter Holly Rowe, "I was playing like in the beginning. I just got to put that in my back pocket." A player publicly admitting mid-game she was not performing. That kind of honesty is rare, but it also reframes everything that came after. Because after admitting she played poorly, Reese spent the second half demanding the ball in key moments. That combination, self-admitted poor play plus loud demands for the basketball, is exactly the kind of dynamic that quietly changes how teammates look at each other. And those quiet looks happened on camera, for everyone watching to see. Now let me walk you through the actual sequence, because the details matter. Late regulation. Score tied at 81. Rhyne Howard attempts a three-pointer that falls well short. The offensive rebound comes down in traffic. Reese is there. She screams at a teammate to clear out, demanding space, arms out, directing traffic. The teammate moves. Reese gets the ball. Nobody around her. A professional basketball player, with a clear, uncontested look at the rim. She puts it up. Misses. The ball comes back out live. Rhyne Howard scrambles for a follow-up. Misses. Naz Hillman grabs it, puts it up. Aaliyah Boston swats it away. 3 consecutive chances, all at the rim. None converted. Atlanta goes to overtime. And here is what makes the sequence so difficult to defend, even for Atlanta fans who support Reese fully. This was not a contested, off-balance shot thrown up under pressure. This was the exact look every front court player in the league practices thousands of times. And the possession died. Not because of great defense, because of a missed, wide-open look at the rim. In the moment that decided the game. And this is where Clark's reaction became the second story of the night. As Reese stood under the basket, eyes closed, clearly replaying the shot, cameras caught Clark walking calmly past her toward the Indiana bench. Smiling. Nobody can say with total certainty what Clark was reacting to in that split second. Players are emotional. Games are intense. Smiles happen for many reasons. But context is everything. The internet had spent weeks building this rivalry as Reese versus Clark. In the one moment that mattered most, with the entire WNBA watching, Clark looked calm, composed, and completely in control, while Reese stood there visibly processing what had just happened. That contrast, whether intentional or completely coincidental, became the visual summary of the entire afternoon. One player delivered when it counted, one player did not. The cameras caught both reactions back to back. And the internet did all of the rest of the work on its own. Now here is the part that matters most, and it has nothing to do with Clark. Watch the post-game press conference carefully. Alyssa Gray, who put up a career-high 32 points in the losing effort, defended Reese publicly. She said, "No one person lost the game. It is a team effort from start to finish." That is the correct professional thing to say. But notice carefully what is missing from that quote. Nobody flatly denied that Reese's miss was the single biggest moment of the game. Nobody said the loss had nothing to do with her specifically. The defense was carefully worded to protect a teammate publicly, without actually rewriting what everyone in that building had just watched with their own eyes. And then, watch Coach Carl Smesko. He kept returning to the final sequence unprompted, over and over, even when reporters had moved on, circling back to those closing seconds again and again in his press conference. When a coach cannot stop returning to one specific sequence, even when he is choosing every word carefully, it means it is eating at him far more than his measured tone is letting on. The teammates said the right things. The coach returned to it repeatedly. The cameras caught quiet glances on the bench. Nobody said anything directly, but body language rarely lies completely. Here is the bigger picture, and this is where this game becomes genuinely important for Atlanta. Reese has been vocal all season about wanting to be seen as the Dream's leader. That is not wrong. Great players demand the ball in big moments. The issue is simple. She demanded the space in the biggest moment of the game. She got exactly what she asked for. And the result was a missed wide-open layup with the season narrative riding on it. That specific combination, loud demands plus missed execution in crunch time, is exactly what quietly erodes trust inside a locker room over a long season. One missed shot does not define a career. Reese's overall numbers, 23rd double-double, elite rebounding, still put her among the better players in this league. But perception shifts fast when something this visible happens in front of this many cameras. When teammates feel they are constantly making room for a player who does not consistently reward that sacrifice in the moments that matter most, frustration builds. Quietly at first, then less quietly. Coach Smesko now has a real decision to make about how crunch time possessions get distributed for the rest of this season. And that decision just got significantly harder after this game. Wide open layup, game on the line, missed. Clark smiled. Teammates said the right things. Coach kept returning to those final seconds. Indiana won in overtime. Clark, 26 points, 9 assists, composed and in control. Reese, 5 for 16 from the field, scoreless in the fourth quarter. Subscribe for daily WNBA content. Drop a comment. Was this one missed layup actually more significant inside the Atlanta locker room than the final score suggests? Because the quiet glances on that bench and the carefully worded post-game quotes said something the stats never will.